Hello, and welcome back to another High Guardian Spice redraw video. I actually was making a different type of video, but I stopped making it because I thought it was incredibly boring. I was gonna do the same thing I did with like the Ghost Stories video where I just would read the fanfiction I wrote of it, but that seemed just very boring. It's just not the same thing anymore. And I stopped making it, and I scrapped that idea, but I do still have the drawings, but I didn't finish one. But I didn't finish one fully, but it's still lined, so it works. The first two characters I redesigned were the elf Aloe, and then I forgot her name, and Sage's aunt, I guess. I don't remember. It's been so long since I've done anything with that. The first thing I really wanted to change was her aunt's entire look, since it's so heavily based on stereotypes. I asked my pan friend his thoughts on those, and he said he absolutely hated the stereotypes since they are so harmful and inaccurate. So I gave her just a normal hairdo, just to show she's like everyone else. But I think I searched up like 19th century clothing for both of them, so I gave her a suit that was inspired by a certain time period, and I absolutely love suits. I've been trying to find a pretty vest, but I haven't been so successful. I found a men's vest, but I would have to get that tailored, and it was expensive, so no. Maybe in the future. I just love how they look, and I think she'd be a suit person. For her, I wanted to go with, since Sage's family is so into the old styles, I thought her aunt would be the kind of person to run away from those kind of situation and pretend she's like, oh, this powerful witch, but in fact she doesn't really want to be a witch anymore. And her girlfriend is an elf, which obviously is, I guess, a big no-no in Sage's family, since they hunt elves for sacrifices in the story. And for Aloe, I thought her personality was boring. She wasn't really anything. I watched the show, it was boring. I didn't understand anything that was happening, and I didn't even finish it. I made her come from like a big family, so she raised her siblings, and because of this, she hates children, and she just does not want to deal with children. So in the story, she's a bit mean to the two girls. That doesn't mean she's a bad person, she just does not like children. And her outfit is inspired by, I guess, modest and simple, and I just found like some flowy dresses and I really liked that, so her outfit is inspired by that. Now, I also designed the setting because I also changed the school a bit. I found like some Scottish old castle things, and I like that aesthetic, so I think they should go to a school that looks like this. Now, for the school personnel, the school, I thought it's a bit generic to have like a normal school that would teach magical girls, so I have a manipulative school that teaches children to die. Okay, that's a very short gist of it. It's okay, that's not true in those words, but basically that's basically it. I've quoted war machines in here, so I guess that's what I thought of the students back then. And so for the headmistress and all those people, I had them look a lot more cultish. I gave them the black look, the death look, and you don't see what they look like since they're so secretive. First off, we have the guidance counselor, and she runs the ethics class. She is the type of person that doesn't really care about students. I kept the fact that she's a devil, but she has to keep that locked away, and the school has a hook over her, and that's the kind of story I thought for her, and it's like in simple terms. So she is forced to teach. She doesn't really have a choice but to teach. Next we have Mr. Caraway. I gave him the creepy thing. I gave him, like, I found random pictures of like the Korean hairstyles and stuff. I was inspired by that, and I just like this style of clothing. I like wearing. I have a men's polo shirt with long arms that I love. I wear it like a jumper. I love how it looks. It looks similar to like this look, and I absolutely love it. And I gave him the creepy. By creepy teacher, I mean the ones that hit on students. So I made him into a very unlikable person, very manipulative person. I don't know. I guess I just got that kind of vibe from him from the show, but he wasn't. I guess I don't know if he was that kind of person in the show. It wasn't really made clear. Next up, we have a smelting teacher who's a minotaur, and he's resistant to magic. I don't know where I found that. Funny story. When I was searching minotaur references, I guess I was typing stuff wrong because I could only find a reference that's this, which is for a game called Elder Scrolls, which I've never played before. I don't know how, because later on I searched mythology for minotaurs and I found a lot of references. Guess I'm just stupid then. But I made him adorable. I don't know, I just really love his design. I gave him like a Middle Ages cloak, which I thought was really cool. Gave him glasses. He's adorable. He's a baby. I love him so much. And I've also written down he's the sweet dad type. He has a child and he teaches save up money so he can save his kid. Another thing, it's taboo. I guess I've added into the story that it's taboo to be left-handed, so he's holding the pen in his left hand, but he has to hide that part of himself. Next up we have the battle instructor. I didn't really have much to add. I tried to make him like the goofy type. I made him a bit younger, gave him some kung fu clothing, and I made him very lazy. The kind of person that likes to get enough done so he doesn't have to do any more. Then we have the half horse girl teacher, which I don't have the name written down, so I guess I don't know if they've ever mentioned it. Was it like a manners class? I don't know. I don't remember. Again, her outfit, I love her outfit. I find it so cute. Also inspired by like the old-timey outfits. I just altered it to fit her hoarseness. Sorry, that was weird. I'm sorry, hoarseness. That sounds so wrong. Give her a cute hairstyle. And she was taken from her family at a young age, and she was adopted into this cult lifestyle, and she's been brainwashed her whole life and doesn't know any different. Next up is this granny who teaches potions. I don't know why I looked at her and I thought the queen. I don't know. I just think she fits like an old granny aesthetic since she's a granny, and I googled like again old-timey outfits, and then I saw like a granny in a similar outfit and I thought, I like that. That's adorable. Also felt like giving her a puffy hair, and I gave that to her, and I like her. She's so cute. And again, I've written down crazy. Next up we have Snapdragon and this girl that I don't have the name written down. I don't remember who she was. So Either I'm gonna put it on screen if I can find it, or if you like, you could leave it down in the comments what her name was. So, for her, I kept her, like, stuck-up personality, and she's been raised a certain way by her mother to be just like her. She's been given everything that she wants, and she doesn't really know how to deal with her problems, so takes it out on others. And if she is attacked, she cries immediately because she just doesn't know how to handle it. It's also written down like she doesn't know how to do things since her mother always tells her what to do. Also written down that she's short but she wants to be tall, of course, to be a bit more like her mother. And for Snapdragon, I gave him that tiger-styled parents that expect everything from him since his parents are so rich, and they want him to be academically perfect, and they expect everything from him, so he always puts everything into his work, and he cannot fail or his parents would go crazy, and he has no time at all. The only time he can hang out with friends is at school, so he's very snarky. And I kept that about him. And that's basically it for these characters. I have a fanfiction. I'm on Quotev. I'll link it in the description. Right now there are only a couple of chapters. I don't know when I'll be able to update it next. Of course, I would love to continue the story, but my time is very limited because I have comics that I have to work on, as well as school, since I have exams coming up and they're throwing a lot of stuff at us and it's been pretty stressful. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.